Hey everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to talk about Ghost of Yotei for a little bit. Now, Ghost of Yotei came it was announced a few days ago during the PlayStation State of Play, right? It hasn't even been more than a week, I think. And people are already finding a few issues in the game. I'm not exactly sure why, but if you Google Ghost of Yotei, especially about the actress who's playing it, you'll come across videos such as this. The truth about Ghost of Yotei. Ghost of Yotei lead actress is radical activist. Ex Only Boss says if you don't like it, don't buy it. Blah 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 videos. People are already hating on the game and stuff like that. And Reddit posts about the game going woke, unhinged, blah blah. Yeah, okay, right. Uh, so here's the thing, right? I don't think I think that we should not. If there's something wrong with the game in stuff like this, we should not bash the actress or the people playing it. Rather than we should just um, if there's some blame to be put around, it should be on the company itself, right? So they should not be going after her. They should be going after Sucker Punch, right? Now, overall, what do we think about this situation? I don't think there's anything wrong with it. She's just playing a role, and it's just a female lead. That's all they've done. They haven't done anything else, right? They haven't announced anything else. They just put an announcement trailer for now. I think so. I think people in general just needs to chill, right? I think right now there's like this mob going around, right? After the recent dwellings with Assassin's Creed Shadows and Dragon Age Veilguard, the same mob, right? So people, they're just like on a high, right? Just hating on what people on how game devs are handling, these games. That they just jumped onto Ghost of Yotei at the same time, right? So people have said that she has some sort of certain agendas. She's an activist or blah blah blah. Okay, that's fine. She's just playing a character. She's there. She's just there to do a job, right? That doesn't. So if there is something going on, it's on Sucker Punch and it's on not on her, right? So we should, right? So people should focus on Sucker Punch and not on her. That's what I'll say about that. But then again, I still don't see an issue, right? Because we're still in Japan. It's a Japanese setting, so I expect a Japanese lead, right? A Japanese protagonist, and they're giving us a Japanese protagonist. It's just that it's female. I was also disappointed that we are not getting Jin Sakai back, but the direction they're choosing to go in story. So this is like 300, 400 years later. So it's a different setting in Japan. That's fine. I think they're drawing a little bit of inspiration from Blue Eyed Samurai from the Netflix series. I think so. That's also fine. I think that they want to see if they can experiment with something like that. Fine, go ahead. Now, if you look at the situation with Shadows, right? Ubisoft, like, the first reaction they got to Yasuke was negative because people were expecting a Japanese lead, right? That was a cool thing. No one had an issue with Naoi, the female lead in that, the female shinobi. No one had an issue with her. That was fine. He said that they had, like, no one had any no one had issues with female leads in Valhalla. Like, you could either play male or female, right? So in Valhalla, in Odyssey, there was no issue. Like, I think Assassin's Creed Liberty also had a female lead, right? That was also no issue. So we just need to wait and see what happens, right? Now, in the case of Yasuke, no one is hating on the guy who's playing Yasuke, who's doing his voice acting or anything. Everyone is blaming Ubisoft, right? So that's why. So these people, like, first of all, two things. We should, like, it's the company's decision. So if there's something wrong, we should just focus on the company and not the people playing. Unless there's something, unless something else is happening, right? Other than the obvious. And the second thing is the game just got announced. They did not reveal any other details, right? I think a lot of people here are worried about her romantic options. That's what everyone is focusing on. I don't think Ghost of Tsushima had any romantic options for Jin Sakai. They didn't focus on it at all, I think. Maybe they might have mentioned something, but nothing, right? So I think that would be the case here as well. They'll be focusing on the game and the situation in Japan at the time rather than romantic options. I think the romantic options should be the least of our concerns. Now, regarding about her, right? Like, I'll say this as well. So I looked up Erika Rishi, the one who's going to be playing Yasuke. Sorry, the one who's going to be playing Atsu. So she's done a few roles throughout the years and some, like, recognizable roles as well. Like, Valkyrie from Apex Legends, Dr. Wedner from Deathloop, someone from Halo Infinite as well. I can't remember who. And maybe a variation of Rook in Veilguard. and most recently Sector from Mortal Kombat 1, the new expansion. Now, if you guys have not checked Sector, now I checked IMDb on Mortal Kombat 1 to confirm that she is indeed the voice actress for Sector, right? So yeah, that is her. Sector is like, sure, she has a different people say that she has a different agenda, she's queer and stuff like that, but she plays a straight Sector is straight in this game, if you guys cannot remember or whatever. If people are hating on the fact that they gender swapped, I'll admit I also found it weird, but I think it's okay given the new timeline and everything. And she plays a straight character, and which is fine. She's not pushing any agendas there. If anything is being pushed, that should be on NetherRealm Studios. So it was their decision to do the gender swap, and that should be it. No one is hating her for it. If the people who hated on the gender swap are questioning NetherRealm Studios, they're not questioning her. So I think like all this, like where they're targeting, where some of them they've mentioned her, right? Like over here, they're targeting the actress and all that. No, we should just focus. Like these guys should actually just look at Sucker Punch, and I don't think there's a reason to look at Sucker Punch yet because nothing. Once again, nothing has happened, right? They have not announced any other details yet. They have not announced if she has or if she's going to have any romantic options, which is, I think, the least thing we need to focus on in this game because Ghost of because the Ghost games are always about Ghost of Tsushima was all about the setting, the combat, the scenery, the actions you can do, like that's about it. Actions you can do, as in like in terms of like combat and stuff like that, the traversal, the animals, that was what it was about. We never for once while playing the game, at least I can tell from my experience, I never thought about Jin Sakai and, oh, who am I gonna romance. So, and the other thing is like there were female like supporting cast in Ghost of Tsushima as well, right? There was the lady samurai one, the one with blue armor, and then there was the thief who was helping you become the ghost and stuff like that. Once again, so I think just gamers, like whoever like who is hating on this, we just need to chill, right? Assassin's Creed, people complained about it, and Ubisoft stuck to their guns, and they made a couple of like other issues, like like the Torygate incident and things like that. So they kind of like kept shooting themselves on the foot. So once again, that's on Ubisoft, right? It's not on it's not on the guy playing Yasuke. So so that's where I feel like we should be patient and see what Sucker Punch comes with. And Sucker Punch has been doing a good job so far, right? I don't think there's an issue with Sucker Punch and any of the games they've done. So we just need to be patient and just wait and see.